Pears provide fiber, vitamin C, K, copper, and antioxidants with relatively low glycemic impact compared to many fruits. They're versatile for eating fresh or cooking. But pears receive multiple pesticide applications throughout their long growing season, and post-harvest fungicides extend storage life, creating contamination concerns that persist from orchard to table. Pear cultivation faces numerous challenges. Fire blight devastates pear trees. Pear psylla damages foliage and fruit. Codling moths spore into developing pears. Various fungal diseases threaten throughout the growing season. Conventional management requires season-long chemical interventions using multiple pesticide classes. The thin skin readily absorbs pesticides during application and throughout fruit development. Unlike thick-skinned fruits offering some protection, pear's delicate skin provides minimal barrier. Surface residues plus absorbed chemicals create contamination throughout the fruit, not just on the peel. Different varieties face varying pest pressures. Bartlett pears, the classic bell-shaped variety, have different disease susceptibilities than Bosc pears with their russet skin. Anjou pears present another profile. Asian pears, crisp rather than soft, are actually different species with their own pest challenges. Each variety's specific vulnerabilities might require different pesticide protocols. Pears are often picked unripe and ripened in controlled atmosphere storage. This extends availability beyond the brief harvest season, but often involves additional chemical treatments. Thiabendazole and other post-harvest fungicides prevent decay during storage. These storage treatments add chemical exposure beyond orchard applications. Imported winter pears versus domestic summer and fall pears present different risk profiles. When domestic pears aren't available, stores stock imports from Southern Hemisphere or other regions. These imported pears might have different pesticide residues based on different regulations and different pest pressures in different growing regions. The delicate fruit bruises easily, complicating thorough washing. Aggressive scrubbing damages the fruit. Gentle washing removes some surface residue, but leaves absorbed pesticides. This structural fragility means you can't wash pears as vigorously as harder fruits. Peeling versus not peeling creates familiar trade-offs. Fiber and nutrients concentrate in and near the skin. Peeling removes nutritional value, but also eliminates surface residues and some absorbed pesticides. Calculations show you might lose 25 to 35% of fiber by peeling pears, but also reduce pesticide exposure substantially. Organic versus conventional pears across seasons show varying price differences. Peak domestic season narrows the price gap. Off-season organic pears command significant premiums. Understanding seasonal pricing helps optimize organic purchases when they're most affordable. Canned pears present an alternative worth considering. Commercial canning involves peeling pears, which removes significant residues. The heating during canning might degrade some remaining pesticides. While canned pears lack the texture and some nutrients of fresh, they might offer lower contamination for people using pears in cooking or mixed dishes. Asian pears versus European pears deserve separate consideration. Asian pears are crisp like apples, belonging to different species. Their cultivation might use different pesticides for different pests. Testing data specifically for Asian pears remains limited, but assuming they match European pears' contamination patterns might miss meaningful differences. Purchasing strategies should optimize nutrition-to-risk ratio through seasonal timing, variety selection, and organic prioritization based on intended use. Fresh pears for out-of-hand eating represent direct exposure, making organic more important. Pears for baking or poaching might tolerate conventional given that cooking may reduce some residues. Consumer vulnerability affects decision-making. Children, pregnant women, elderly individuals, and people with compromised immune systems face higher risk from pesticide exposure. For these populations, prioritizing organic pears makes more sense than for healthy adults with occasional pear consumption. The long-lasting pesticide applications from spring through harvest and into storage create persistent contamination. Unlike crops with brief growing seasons and minimal post-harvest treatment, pears accumulate chemicals across months of cultivation and storage. This extended exposure window means conventional pears carry substantial residue burdens. Pears remain nutritious and delicious. The fiber benefits digestive health. The antioxidants provide protective effects. But the pesticide load from season-long applications and storage treatments creates meaningful contamination that washing and careful selection can only partially address. Organic pears eliminate these concerns, making them worth prioritizing when budget allows and seasonal availability makes pricing reasonable. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.